All right, good evening, folks. Welcome to Friday Night Fun Night, and hopefully this all seems to go through. So let's see what happens here. Second, third, fourth attempt. Oh, well, no. All right, good evening, folks. Welcome to Friday Night Fun Night for the second try. Um, now I just have to wait. Again, trying to figure this whole new software program out. It says click go live and go, but it didn't actually do that. So I don't know. But it says we're live now. Oh, oh, good Lord. So on the report over there, probably nice and live. My software playing catch up here. Okay, so again, for the third time, welcome to Friday Night Fun Night on Kirk's Law Corner. Gonna take some practice here, take some practice with this, how this all works. Sometimes it says it wants to just go live, and then other times I have to click on go live. So I don't know. So nope, I didn't end up going. My brother ended up coming down sick, so days, brother. How you doing? Hi, Jacqueline. I'll have to wait for a little bit because there's no pre start because the way this software works, it's I don't know. We'll get it figured out. It plays funny with us. Let me see. Yep. But I think everything's looking good. Of course, Facebook. Yeah, Sylvia upgrades, software upgrade, using different software where it multi broadcasts, multi streams, all from one computer instead of having separate computers to broadcast both on Facebook and YouTube. I just use one computer, one software program, and it broadcasts both to Facebook and YouTube. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I know. I wasn't sure if I was going to be here for Friday night, but um, my brother ended up coming down sick, so he didn't really want to go. And I did check with somebody else, but they're busy, and I'm like, yeah. I almost thought about just going by myself, but it's actually called Streamlabs OBS. It's kind of like regular OBS, except for um, it's not. Well, they do have a free version, but if you want to do stream to a page, like you could stream to a your regular personal profile on Facebook, but so if I did the free version, then I could do YouTube and Facebook on my personal page, but I don't want to broadcast from my personal page. And I can't remember. It's like I think it's like $20 a month, $19 a month. So it's not bad. And I still use Zoom to do the video part. Um, I think there is a way I can do it without it, but then I wouldn't have the ability over there for the report and my behind the scenes tech support team here. So, uh, oh, I know, Jacqueline. Uh, I know they have the instructions on there, but I'm already kind of a techie. I'm not sure if many people know, but I've said this before. I'm actually A+ hardware and software certified, networking systems, Network Plus certified, and I did take the advanced server classes. I've actually ran advanced server in my home before. I ran Windows 2003 server in my home before. I've set up raids. In fact, the server that I did had two SCSI raids. So if anybody knows what that stuff is, pretty loud stuff, but had a whole separate room in the house just for the computer stuff. I had 7 computers in my house network, and that was back when we were doing gaming. We were playing Quake, and man, there was two different games there that we played a lot of, Quake and whatever, called LAN parties. People would come over and we'd party at my house. So yeah, it was some cool stuff back then. Back in the day. Yeah, I got lots of skills. So we could be here all night listing all the skills and different jobs and that I've had over my lifetime, from just about every stage of construction aside from concrete and HVAC. And I have to add granite in there. I really did granite. But electrician, I was a third year apprentice electrician when the economy took a crap back there in 2008. uh, yeah, I've done just about every single phase of construction. I was doing finished carpentry. I started learning finished carpentry at the age of 12. That was our family business. At 8 years old, we started doing woodworking, started out making clocks and all that good stuff. So anything and everything out of wood you can think of, pretty much done it. Hey James, how you doing, brother? Karen, good to see you. And then not to mention being a gearhead mechanic. I actually ran my own mechanic shop for 6 years. I bounced around. Right. This crowd doesn't just hang around with just anyone on YouTube. We have standards. Right. I love it. uh yeah, in fact, well, last night I had to go do some plumbing. Now, I didn't go to school for plumbing, but um i've I've completely remodeled a couple different houses. One of them, I totally did the whole electrical and the plumbing, all the way down to the sewer drain. Cut that sucker off at the ground right there. I completely replumbed the whole house, water supply line, the whole 9 yards. And the only thing they got me on the plumbing was is you got to have the copper lines coming out of the water heater, and I installed PEX. So that was it. I installed a whole new panel, undid the live wires up top, and ran new wires down in new panel, whole 9 yards. So, uh, well, I've mastered quite a few trades. Finished carpentry for one, auto mechanics for two. Um, I wouldn't say I'd be pretty close as a master electrician. That stuff just is not common sense to me. You know, the thing about plumbing is there's just one basic rule of thumb with plumbing: Stuff rolls downhill at 1 inch for every 4 feet. That's your basic rule of thumb in plumbing, and you're good to go. I do have a lathe. In fact, I do. I have a 4 foot wood lathe. I did have a metal lathe, but I ended up selling that. I have I have all sorts of tools, and I mean all sorts of tools from all the years of doing everything. Like I said, I've done just about every single trade. I've hung drywall, I've taped, textured, interior, exterior painting. I've done cottage lap siding, hardy board siding, vinyl siding. I've done stucco, EIFS, of course, framing, electrical, plumbing. I've done flooring. I've done laminate flooring. I've done carpet. I've done vinyl. Um, I've done tile. And by the way, these are all actually paid jobs that I did. This isn't just like a one-time thing. These were actual jobs. Most of them around 3 months. It only takes me about 3 months to learn these little trades. Um, and then being a gearhead, I grew up around race cars. 4 years old, I'm out there with my dad working on a 68 and a 69 GTO. I started learning what a screwdriver was and what a wrench was. And man, I really wanted to help. I loved it. It was great. The only real roofing that I've done is shingled roofing. Um, but I've done quite a few of those roof jobs. Um, yeah, there really isn't much left of it. I mean, obviously finished carpentry again, but hanging doors, windows, trim, whole 9 yards. Pretty much build you a house from the ground up, aside from concrete. But yeah, man, there's not much that I haven't done, and there aren't many tools left out there that I haven't acquired over the years. I'm a tool hound. I love my tools. I got lots of tools. Oh yeah, heater quarters are fun. Yeah, especially on some of these newer rigs where you got to take the whole freaking dash apart. Oh yeah, and I've felled trees. Uh, One of the biggest ones I've done is nine really pretty tall cedar trees in a trailer park. That was a fun one. I had to fell them like one spot in between the two trailers out into the road. Fell them suckers. It only took us 2 days. Had a little bit of a crew out there, but I'm pretty much the one that ran the chainsaw. So um, I don't know what else. Oh, landscaping. I've built waterfalls, lots of rocks and pavers, and yeah, sprinkler systems. I've mowed lawns. I don't know. Done a lot. Done a lot in my lifetime. 50 years old. I've got a lot of skills under my belt. And of course, now we have rentals, which I do a lot of upkeep on that. Or the one that we did have, we was a triplex, and we sold that one here a few years ago. That one was a constant uh, work. There was always work over there to be done. It was either the sprinklers or some electrical issue or some plumbing issue, or especially when tenants would come in there and tear the crap out of it, punch holes in the walls. You got to go in and fix the walls and repaint, and yeah, lots of stuff. But yeah, lots of good skills. That's it's good to have, because now I don't pay anybody to, well, I have to rephrase that. Back in the day, I didn't pay anybody to do something for me. I learned at a very young age that why should I pay somebody else to do something that I can do myself? And that's the way it was back then. Is like you had to learn how to do this stuff. I mean, some of this stuff I learned from my mom. Right? She was racing. My dad was racing. My mom raced right up until she was 6 months pregnant with my sister back in the 70s. Couldn't fit behind the wheel no more. But yeah, my mom knows how to do some mechanic work. I mean, she knows how to do brakes and basic stuff. Definitely change oil and change spark plugs and all that good stuff. But Friday night fun night. So I wanted to kind of touch on some other things that put some of the pieces of the puzzle together here. Hey, Mark, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Gun Totem, Texas, huge chimp. Yo, Michael. Top Cat, how you doing, brother? Fruit Monkey, I see you. See some of my patrons on here. This is good stuff. Now, I'm going to show this here. Let's see what happens. See if everything goes okay. Yay. All right. So we have this criminal procedure, Title 19 of the alleged Idaho statutes. This is actually the Idaho Code. Now, before we get into this, I want to jump over here real quick. And I know I've showed this before, and I just want to, repetition here. A little glitchy there. Come on. All right. So this is the Constitution of the State of Idaho, Article 5, Judicial Department. Aside from the forms of actions abolished, the distinction between actions at law and suits in equity and the forms of all such actions and suits are hereby prohibited. And there shall be in this state but one form of action for the enforcement or protection of private rights or the redress of private wrongs, which shall be denominated a civil action. And every action prosecuted by the people of the state as a party against a person charged with a public offense for the punishment, this would be them punitive damages, of the same shall be termed a criminal action. Well, that's weird, because suits at law, at the common law, can be criminal in nature and civil in nature. What they're trying to do is they're trying to say, oh, well, this one's civil and this one's criminal, and everybody's bound by this. Really? Well, let's just take a look here, because let's see. Where was that? Mode of prosecution of public offenses. Let's take a look at that real quick. Indictment or information. I don't know why that keeps glitching like that. Notice this right here. Criminal practice. Come on, knock it off. Criminal practice 1864, section 173. I wonder if that's this right here. See that? Approved February 1st, 1864. That's the Civil Practice Act. This is the Criminal Practice Act. This is from the laws of the Territory of Idaho, the first legislative session for the Territory of Idaho. An act to regulate proceedings in criminal cases in the courts of justice in the Territory of Idaho. General definitions. Crimes defined. Section 1. A crime or public offense is an act or omission forbidden by law, bylaws. That is actually referring to malum prohibitum. It's prohibited by law. It's not actually law. It's bylaws. And to which is annexed on conviction, first, death, second, imprisonment, third, fine, fourth, removal from office. Why do you think they call it a public offense? Because those in the public can only commit public offenses. About to expose this. Fifth, disqualification to hold or enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under this territory. Public offenses are divided first, felonies, second, misdemeanors. So wait a minute. So when they charge us with a public offense, a crime, how are they going to remove us from office if we're not an elected official or appointed into a position of public trust? That means there's no personal jurisdiction. Person. No person can be punished for public offense except upon legal conviction in a court having jurisdiction. Oh, well, that would be them courts of the United States. Uh-oh. No, Diesel D's. This does have the Organic Act in it because it is the first legislative session for the Territory of Idaho. But see, this is how we make law. We're supposed to make law through a constitutional convention. This is how we lay down the law. The Constitution wasn't created yet. The Constitution for the state of Idaho wasn't done till 1889. This is 1864. We had 17 years of legislative sessions laying down the law before we got to the Constitution, because you have to lay down the law first. And see, this is the reason why every year when they meet in session to pay the bills, they're supposed to be in there to appropriate the money, the purse. They're not supposed to be making law every year. The law has already been laid down before the Constitution was made. And in order to amend any of this, it has to be done in like kind through a convention. Imagine that. That's right. Article 5 Convention is Constitution of the United States of America. This is how we make law. And there be it enacted by the Legislative Assembly of the Territory of Idaho. Wait a minute. Why doesn't that say State of Idaho? The things that make you go, Now, we'll jump back over here. Remember, Section 173 regarding indictment and information. All public offenses triable in the district court must be prosecuted by indictment or information except as provided in the next section. Now look at the verbiage that's here. Now when we go to Section 173, watch this. Let's look at this one because this is with the exception here. Mode of prosecution, removal of officers. When the proceedings are had for the removal of a district, county, municipal, or precinct officers, they may be commenced by an accusation or information in writing as provided in Chapter 41 of this title. Criminal Practice Act 1864, Section 174. So we got 173 and 174 we're going to look at. Let's take a look. Now, I covered this pretty darn good a while back, but it's been a little while. And I think it's worth covering this again and again, especially pointing these little links, how they're linked together. I'm going to go just a little bit faster. I mean, this whole act, man, it's got some really good stuff in it. Whoop. Always 173. So we're looking for 173 and 174. Okay, there's 170. Okay, section 4, proceedings after commitment and before indictment. All public offenses prosecuted in the district court must be prosecuted by indictment, except as provided in, wait, where did the or by information go? Somebody added some words that's not supposed to be there. Now let's look at 174, where the proceedings are had for the removal of district, county, or township officers. They may be commenced by an accusation in writing as provided in sections 67 and 80. That's prosecution by information, but it doesn't say information anywhere there, does it? Huh. These aren't retroactive. This is the Criminal Practice Act. This is the act. Everything that's made after this would be ex post facto. Because again, remember, due process of law comes from the common law, not from the statutes. And the statutes, the best they can be is just merely declaratory of the common law. This is the closest thing you're going to have to due process of law, legitimate. And the fact is again, how are you going to remove a man from office who's doesn't in office through this process? Whoops, this doesn't apply. There's no personal jurisdiction. You have to be in your proper person. Because that's what it says. But what's that say? Oh, as provided in section 67 and 80. So now we're going to go back up to 67 and 80. So to answer the question out there, no, information is actually in writing. You have to file a complaint and become the accuser, the complainant. Now, what was that? 78 and 80, right? I'm going to go up here to exactly what it says as it is written. And like I said, it's right there in the statutes in the Idaho Code referencing this right here. Criminal Practice Act of 1864. This can't be altered. All right, 78. Upon a conviction, the court shall immediately or within 5 days as may pronounce judgment that the defendant be removed from office. But to warrant a removal, the judgment must be entered upon the minutes, assigning therein the cause of the removal. 80, Section 80. The same proceedings may be had on like grounds for the removal of a district attorney, except that the accusation shall be delivered to the district judge of the district, who shall thereupon appoint someone to act as prosecuting officer in the matter, or shall place the accusation in the hands of the district attorney of the adjoining district and require him to conduct the proceedings. You see who this is supposed to apply to? This is supposed to apply to them. If you're not a public servant, you can't commit a public offense. There's no personal jurisdiction. This is the reason why I do the notice of special appearance objecting to the personal jurisdiction. Because if there's no personal jurisdiction, motion to dismiss. And again, technically speaking, this is the first document that needs to be filed. You have to object to the personal jurisdiction in the very beginning. So, well, that'd just be void for any effect for fraud, because fraud vitiates everything. So, oh, it was 63? No, it was. Let's run back down there and find out. Whoa. Yeah. 67 and 80. Let's go back to 67. Didn't actually seem like it made much sense there. But 80 is there. 67 should be telling us about how to do the accusation. There it is. An accusation in writing against any district, county, or township officer for willful or corrupt misconduct in office may be presented by the grand jury of the county for which the officer accused is elected or appointed. The accusation shall state the offense charged in ordinary and concise language and without repetition. The accusation shall be delivered by the foreman of the grand jury to the district attorney of the county, who shall cause a copy thereof to be served upon the defendant and require by notice in writing of not less than 10 days that he appear before the district court then sitting or at the next term and answer the accusation. The original accusation shall be filed with the clerk of the district court. And then that would be number 80. The same proceedings may be had on like grounds for the removal of district attorney. So see, again, all this stuff is supposed to apply to them. Period. So we need to start using this, folks. This is what we need to be filing against them. And if you're charged, right? Because they're supposed to be discharging the duties of their office. And when they step outside the scope of that authority, that's ultra vires. That would be, what does it say? Willful or corrupt misconduct in office may be presented by the grand jury of the county for which the officer accused is elected or appointed. So Elected officials are those appointed into a position of public trust. I've said it over and over and over and over again. That comes right straight from Article 6, Clause 3 of the Constitution of the United States of America. Let's put that little piece of the puzzle together here real quick. So all debts, contract, and agreements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution, under the Confederation. See, even that right there talks about the Confederation. It's called succession of law, which through succession of law, rights cannot be diminished. Anywho, this Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof. Yeah. Of this Constitution, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States from this Constitution shall be the supreme law of the land, not the law of the water, the law of the land. And the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary, notwithstanding. So what's saying there is, this is the supreme law of the land, and anything, even in the state constitution, if there's something in the state constitution that comes in conflict with the Constitution of the United States of America, it's void for any effect. Right? We all see that. That's what it says as it is written. Now, the senators and representatives before mentioned and the members, key word there, members of the several state legislatures and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution. Now, but no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the Constitution of the United States of America. So, again, somebody's pointed this out here recently to me, which I kind of knew, but I don't, I've not done a whole lot of research on trust law, but this is a public charitable trust, the cookie jar. And so all of these, they're called members or servants or citizens, because citizens are those that are bound. That's that word right there. Bound. I'll pull that law of nations up real quick. Let's go look at that real quick for that definition, right? Next part, there it is, Vattel, Law of Nations. Oh, let's see. Book 1. I believe it's chapter 19, section 212. It's chapter 9. Oh. It is. Oh my gosh, I got it memorized now, finally. Chapter 19. Of course, I'll make this bigger so we can really see this. Close. Citizens and Natives, 212. So, Book 1, Chapter 19, subsection 212. The citizens are the members of the civil society, bound to this society by certain duties and subject to its authority. They equally participate in its advantages. How about them emoluments? Any advantage, profit, or gain received due to one's position of employment or holding of office? The members of the civil society, members bound. That's what makes them citizens, right? Why do you think they use these words in our Constitution? Because they read the Law of Nations, because it's international law. Members shall be bound. That's a citizen. And they're absolutely right. There are no sovereign citizens. Because when you take this oath of office and you receive the emoluments of that office, you give up your sovereignty in exchange for privileges. The people retain their sovereignty. And I know they just hate that I know this because I've already told them about it. I've had a couple different run-ins and explained to who's who here. I'm the master, you're the servant. You're the citizen, I'm the people. Now, we'll show this because this totally destroys the whole sovereign citizen argument, is the fact that I'll agree. Citizens don't have sovereignty, but you're the citizens, not us. Come on. Do not know why it keeps jumping like that. That's weird. Let's see. Transparent and ethical government. This is the ethics in government. Okay. The people of the state of Idaho, in creating the instruments of government that serve them. That's right. The instrument of government, mind control, the Constitution, the internal dictates of the mind, and government, right? The figments of our imagination. We create the Constitution for government. The Constitution is the instrument for government. It creates government. Otherwise, again, it's still just a figment of our imagination. It doesn't actually exist except for on paper. Do not yield their sovereignty to the agencies so created. Period. Therefore, the legislature finds and declares that is the policy of this state, that the formation of public policy is public business and shall not be conducted in secret. The maxim of law here that applies is what I cannot do in my person, I cannot do through the agency of another. So if I can't do it, we sure in the heck can't delegate a power we do not possess ourselves first. And then not only that, we, the people, retained all of the power, all of it, not some of it, not most of it, but all of it. And policy doesn't apply to the people. That's what this is saying. That's that the people do not yield their sovereignty to the agency so created. Now, this is where I go. Here, let me find this real quick. Good old Washington, the reciprocal of that. Ugh. It's going to take a second here to find that one. All these freaking bookmarks. I need to move these around. I got so many of them. It's not even funny. Oh, did I pass it? Did I already move it up? No, I guess I didn't. Oh, come on. Where are you? Should be RCW, Washington's revised codes. That's Minnesota. Florida. Kentucky. It's not like I haven't studied other state stuff. Come on, where are you? All right, I had to have missed it. Should have been here. Hard work Rican. Where are you? I know you're here. Come on, no way. Whew. No, it's not in there. Man. What? Oh, again, Minnesota. How did this US versus Morrison? Or Minnesota? Wait, no. It must have. This is weird because it should have been here. I've gone here many times. Huh. Where? Okay, let's look in here. Law. Boy, this is going to be a good one. I just love the well, actually I know right where I can find it in my own lawful notification letter. I know I've got it in there. Let's There we go. I'll just pull this up. Can't find the link to the Washington Revisor codes, but oh, I thought I had. This is my 62-pager lawful notification letter. Speaking of which, I need to email this to somebody. Okay. Oh, wait. No, not yet. All right, we're getting there. Trying to find the one that corresponds to it's the same one, ethics and government, but it's Washington, and it has a little more little extra verbiage that really hammers this home. Idaho is a little deficient in their verbiage, but all right. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting there. Here's the Idaho stuff. Laws of nature, corporations, public and private. Okay, here we go. Here's the ethics and government. Our own Attorney General, Idaho Ethics and Government Manual. He's put out a manual here. And he references that the Idaho has 4 primary statutes governing ethics and government. The very beginning introduction of this manual, it says that these laws are intended to ensure that public officials remain public servants. Servants do not dictate to their masters. We are the masters, because that's a reciprocal of servant. They're the servants, we're the masters. That's what it means. We don't yield our sovereignty. We're the masters to the agency so created. Now, here's the revised Code of Washington. People of the state do not yield their sovereignty to the agencies that serve them. The people in delegating authority, oh, this is great, do not give their public servants the right to decide what is good for the people to know and what is not good for them to know. The people insist on remaining informed so that they may maintain control over the instruments that they have created. This chapter shall be liberally construed and its exemptions narrowly construed to promote this public policy and to assure that the public interest will be fully protected in the event of a conflict between the provisions of this chapter and any other act. The provisions of this chapter shall govern. In other words, anything that comes in conflict with this is void for any effect, because this is a fundamental principle of our form of government. They're the servants, and servants do not dictate to their masters. That's that sovereignty, because God is the sovereign, and God created mankind and endowed mankind with sovereignty. That's where he gave us dominion over the land, the air, and the water. That's sovereignty. I might be sovereign in my own, but God is the sovereign, because the maxim of law is the law speaks to all with one mouth. That would be God's mouth, because he spoke it all into being. So unless somebody can prove to me that they created all this stuff, we got a problem here. So hi, Kelly, you on here tonight? Right on. There you are. There's Troy. How you doing, brother? Of course, Diesel D still hanging out. Right on. Man, a little low tonight. People out camping and busy. Whoa, look at all of them. I see. So now you want to know what's really funny about this is, see, this is the lawful notification letter that I served to the Ada County Court, to the Idaho Supreme Court, the Attorney General, and the governor, March 15th, 2021. Now, when we look at this, what they put out here at the Southwest, I think it was Southwest. What? Oh, there it is. Southwest District Health. That's it. Pretty sure of it. Yes. Okay. So this just came out May. Okay. This was May 4th. And remember, I served this March 15th of 2021. So this came out just shy of 2 months after. At a special meeting of the Board of Health of South District Health, State of Idaho, the following resolution was adopted. Recitals. The Declaration of Independence informs us that governments in this nation are instituted for the purpose of securing the unalienable rights of the citizenry, of man. But let's slide, right? Well, what is going on here? Weird. Okay. Institute the purpose of securing the unalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Whereas Article 1, Section 1 of the Idaho State Constitution informs us that all men are by nature free and equal and have certain inalienable rights, among which are enjoying and defending life and liberty and pursuing happiness. Whereas the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 10 of the Idaho Constitution, memorialize and codify the unalienable right of the citizens of the United States of the Idaho to peaceably assemble. The citizens of the United States of Idaho, and more particularly those citizens living in Adams, Washington, Payette County, Canyon, are a free people, not citizens. See, they're confusing the words, but let's read between the lines here. They're trying. Whereas because free people have the right to make their own decisions concerning their own lives and health, and because individuals, not government, are best situated and best suited to make decisions for themselves concerning their own health and happiness, and it is not the proper role of government to usurp that right and to substitute its judgment for that of the citizens. Should be people, man, because the people don't yield their sovereignty. Gee, I wonder where they got this verbiage from. Kind of seems a lot like this right here. Exactly what I put in here. Ethics in government, and oh my gosh, what is this right here? The laws of nature. What was that? Article 1, Section 10? Oh, I didn't put that one in. So here's Article 1, Section 1, right? They didn't talk about this one, liberty of conscience, but yeah, it is there. Right to think for ourselves. No bills of attainder, no unlawful searches and seizures. Right? Yeah, man. And this one right here is one of the biggest ones. Article 11, corporations, public and private. So no getting out of this. Well, I'm private. I'm in the private. Yeah, screw you. No, you're not. Even if you are, if you have act in interstate and foreign commerce, you're required. Your doors are open to the public. You're required. You have to accept the Constitution in binding form, and the policy-making powers of the state shall never be abridged or so construed as to permit corporations to conduct their business in such manner as to infringe the equal rights of individuals or the general well-being of the state, which is the people. The people are the state. So this is the fundamental issue that we have here. We have corporations, district health boards, we have, whatever it is. We have hospitals, we have, all of those are corporations, whether they're public or private. If you receive any kind of stipend, public money, you're reaching your hand in the cookie jar of the public trust, then you're public, period. So like hospitals receiving money out of the, what do we call that? Medicare and Medicaid, those billing codes. That's right. That's public money. So you're in the public. I don't care if you're privately owned or not. You're still putting in your hand in the cookie jar and taking money out of the public trust. Therefore, you're under public scrutiny. And the people are your boss. We're the masters. You're the servants to serve the people. And none of your policies to conduct their business in such manner as to infringe the equal rights. That's the common law, the law that is common to all equally. So, putting 2 and 2 together, March 15th, not to mention the 18-pager that I did down there in Southwest District, there in Twin Falls. The 18-pager that I filed had most of this in it. It grew from 18 pages to 62, but that's because I found all this other stuff. But that's what this is born out of, period. Because free people have the right to make their own decisions concerning their own lives and health, and because individuals, not government, are best situated and best suited to make decisions for themselves concerning their own health and happiness. It is not the proper role of government to usurp that right and to substitute its judgment for that of the citizens. No, of the people, of man. What was that up here? An accusation in writing against any district, county, or township officer for the willful or corrupt misconduct in office may be presented by the grand jury of the county for which the officer accused is elected or appointed. Period. You want to talk about prosecution by information? We can do that. That applies to them, not us. We're going to get them. We're going to get them, folks. I think the more and more that we go over this, the more and more people are going to start getting it. I'm hoping. It's what needs to happen. Right? Just us diehards, right? I know a lot of people thought I was going to be gone camping, and there's probably other people gone camping too. So, it's Labor Day weekend, and I know, but I'm just not. Didn't go. So I'm here. We'll see what happens. I might still go do something. But yeah, where in the heck is that? There we go. Just wanted to show people again this this software, this new software I've got. It has the option of putting in for donations. Yay. The digital stuff. Back to the digital side. So this is streamlabs.com/Kirk's Corner. And then it says /tip. I don't know why it takes me straight here. But up here, of course, if you're going to do a donation, this is the page. But if you click on this, boom, it'll take you right here where we're live right now. So you can actually watch live right here. And you can chat right here. You gotta sign in to chat. So I guess you do have to create an account, but it's free. You can watch it live from here, and you can make comments right here from Streamlabs. But this is YouTube right here, right? Which I can see over here and over here and over here now. But even that on this right there is the donate. So at least I've got something going to where people can make donations digitally now again. Other than that, same old over at the office for those cashier, postal money orders, cashier's checks, any of that. Oh, right on. You're good. You're good. Fix it. I'll put that over here in Facebook. At the office, I'm posting that over here. And it also has the link to the Streamlabs to do the digital side there too. So, oh, wait a minute. Is that the one? No. Okay. So, I want to thank you all for tuning in on a Friday night fun night on a Labor Day weekend. Hope you all have a good weekend, and want to thank all those that have helped support in the past and are still supporting. And as we move forward with these court cases, I would greatly appreciate the donations to help cover some of these costs and everything that's costing us to do. Obviously paper, and we're doing good on ink, but we're going through paper, and of course, who knows how much it's going to cost us to take this up the line. But man, this is getting exciting. We're all getting excited, you know. Again, I put the well, I guess it wouldn't be again because you guys don't know. So here's the thing: when you're the moving party, so I made the request to consolidate the cases, the Great Clips and the Dragonfly case, and then Peter's Dragonfly case, because the same event. There was no opposition to the consolidation, which there really shouldn't be. I mean, there's no real reason not to consolidate them. You know, saves the court time and money, saves everybody court time and money, saves on paperwork because we'd have to do 3 sets of paperwork. So saves the prosecutor time and money, saves us time and money, saves us all paper, saves the court time and money. So anyway, I realized Tuesday morning, I was talking to my uncle, and I'm like, yeah, there's no opposition. Now we're just waiting for the order to consolidate the cases. Well, wait a minute. If I'm the moving party, I have to submit the order. So Tuesday morning, we put that together and banged that sucker out and went down and filed it and served it on the prosecutor. So now all we're waiting for is for the judge to sign it. And once that happens, again, request for discovery, which we're pretty much prepared to file that sucker. And then it's 14 days. And probably most of everybody here has already seen a tidbit of most of the Fruit Monkey, if you put it through on the Streamlabs, because it doesn't do any regular payments through there. It's just once a month on Patreon. And that's the other thing. Patreon, Wednesday night workshop. I was actually able to get the internet transferred, the business stuff transferred to the office. And then once I got that all up there set up, did my meeting on Wednesday for the school stuff, raced home, got on the phone, I hooked all this stuff up, got on the phone, and they didn't come out here and disconnect the cable or nothing. So they were able to just bring up my old account, the residential account, and just reactivate that. Boom, back up and running. It took about a half an hour, and internet was back up and running at home. So I was able to still do Patreon Wednesday night. That's right, Diesel D. Show me. Prove it. Forcing the showdown. We'll see. Court's going to be digital, just so we know, so far, because they've suspended trials again, and they're still requiring people to wear masks, and they're doing more back to the video stuff. They started to kind of open it up for hearings down at the courthouse, but then it was like for 2 weeks, and then oh no, never mind. They made a special exception for me in Casey's case, and yeah, wait and see what goes on in Casey's case as well. And of course, Field McConnell. Now, you know, we're dealing with snail mail here because that's just the way it is. But kind of interested in see what happens in Field's case for this upcoming hearing, because he's basically said he's not pleading guilty. Not going to happen. It's going to either go to trial or it's going to get dismissed because there is no evidence to support her claims. Period. I've looked at those videos and stuff, and then again, remember, even on when I pay my internet bill, it says for entertainment. Y'all ought to read your contracts a little bit closer with your internet service provider. We all agree that when you access the internet, that it is for entertainment purposes only. It can't be construed as anything else. But then the reality here is I can't find where Field made any direct threats to kill or murder Kim Bacasio. It's just not there. I mean, unless I missed it. But then again, how did you come across those videos, Kim Bacasio? We're talking millions and millions of people put out millions of videos every single day. How did you come across Field McConnell's videos? I don't. Needle in a haystack. I don't get it. I sure would like to have an answer to that question. Just exactly how did you come across these videos? And then again, of course, you know, you've made these claims. Where's your evidence to support your claims? And then the fact is did you follow due process of law? No. Even his own attorney busted you on that, and the judge failed to grant relief and dismiss it on that right there alone. This shows you how corrupt things are. They don't want to let this go. It's too big of a deal, right? Because, well, now the case gets dismissed. Uh-oh. But remember, fundamentally and principally, perjury is a felony, right? Doesn't matter if it's criminal or civil, back to Hardwick versus Vreeken. So, yeah, I know. But their days are coming. Yeah. Isn't that crazy how all those people are connected with one another? And especially all the little conversations they had about what happened with Neely and Chris. And then again, making threats to come kill me. I'm next. Now there's threats, right? Wait, maybe I should run down to my local family court and get a protection order against these people, and pay people to serve it for me. I mean that's the way that works, right, Kim Casio? We run to the family court when somebody threatens us on YouTube, right? That how that works. That's the only process. But I could have swore that orders of protection can be gotten through the criminal process. But then there's all these elements that you have to prove, like that it actually happened there in that district previously ascertained by law with the apparent ability to carry it out. That's part of that proving it happened in that district. So, I mean, how is somebody going to do anything from Wisconsin when you're in Broward County, Florida? I don't know. That's an awful long ways to go. And it's supposed to be apparent ability. Like, should be pretty self-evident, right? But hey, I don't know anything about the law. I've never read anything. There's no way I could possibly comprehend anything. No, even with an IQ of 153, there's no way I could read this and comprehend it, considering the law is supposed to be self-evident, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. Huh. It just totally contradicts. Why would we go to law school when the law is supposed to be self-evident? And we have this common law, American common law, the common sense law, back to where American Jurisprudence, Volume 16, Constitutional Law, Section 100, that bills of rights and those merely declaratory of the common law. I'm not talking about the English common law. I'm talking about the American common law, because we separated from England starting clear back in 1606 with the first Charter of Virginia. Read it. So just a little Friday night fun night. Yeah. I don't know, Diesel. I don't know. Right? Harassment is supposed to be sexual, which is what I defeated my ex in my protection order hearing, when the judge, after I asked all these questions about where's the evidence? You did supply the evidence here today. Where is it? No, I didn't. No. Is there anything in evidence you submitted here today to support the claim of sexual harassment? Because that's what it says on the protection order, folks. I read straight from the protection order that was filed against me. And we get through all of everything that's right on the face of the protection order, that's all signed under penalty of perjury, right? Perjury is a felony, Title 18, subsection 1621. 1622 would be subordination of perjury, Mr. Attorney over there, which is what I pointed out before we even got going, that this is all riddled with false statements and signed under penalty of perjury. And the Idaho Rules of Professional Code of Conduct, you attorneys can't represent fraud. I made that statement on the record too, remember? And remember when the judge says, oh, yeah, that's right, I'm dismissing all of her claims because there was no evidence to support her claims. Yeah, you got all these text messages. What a bunch of fluff. But all it was me putting you on notice of how you're trespassing the law and you're violating my rights. And you wanted to say that I was threatening you. It's a threat of violence. There was no threats of violence. Sorry. Sorry to burst your bubble over there. But see, now you want to open that can of worms back up. So be it. Everything's in God's timing. Everything happens for a reason. Now I have my own cause of action. And now that I've learned a little bit since then, oh, this is going to be so good. Yeah, it's going to be good. So these things are picking up. I just can't wait for this to, me and the team at the office that we've been working on. I mean, we're excited. We've done this paperwork. We're still getting here. Oh. Oh, what's the matter, trolls? You couldn't stay awake, could you? Aw. Well, what makes you think that they should be picking me up? Do you got any evidence to support your claims? Cases are pending. I guess we'll see how it goes. Clearly, you're not of sound mind, because if they were going to pick me up for something, don't you think they would have by now? Yeah. As an accomplice to what? Huh. Fine. Go file your claims and put that sucker under penalty of perjury and submit that evidence. Let's see what you got. Because I know there could be no evidence out there that would exist to support any of those stupid ass claims. Sorry. What about Neely? Come on, provide the evidence. Because there ain't none, is there? Nope, sure ain't. Yeah, that rumor about me sleeping with Neely, nope. And I'm pretty sure she would say the same thing, that we never had sex. It was all professional. Sorry to burst your guys' bubble out there. I'm not the whore that you guys tried to make me out to be. Nice try. But no, never happened. Not once. For Christ's sake, I'm almost old enough to be your father, right? So, yeah, that's right. You are hilarious. You guys keep grasping at straws, and oh man, you trolls are funny. You're delusional. You never have any evidence to support your claims. And when it comes time for the showdown, and you have to provide the evidence to support your claims, and you lose, yeah, that's what happens. Sure, I will. So kick rocks, troll. Because remember, those of sound mind possessing logic and reason shall come to a reasonable conclusion based in reality, or you're insane. And we shun the insane in our civilized society. In fact, we go so far as locking them up in mental institutions. Yeah, bring it. I've been telling you guys to bring it for how many years now? Still waiting. Yeah, there may only be 16 or 17 on here right now. It's a Friday night. It's late. It's Labor Day weekend. Most people didn't even think I was going to be here tonight. But I don't know. We got what? 71 over on YouTube, which usually we're around 100, between 80 and 100 on YouTube usually, and usually around 60 to 70 on Facebook, plus the other YouTube channel. Uh, I've seen some of the trolls videos where you don't even you barely have 100 subscribers. Come on, you want to come over here and talk crap to me? You're clearly not of sound mind. So thank you all for those of you that are of sound mind in here. And thanks for the show, trolls. Love it. But put it in writing. Sign it under penalty of perjury and properly serve me. Provide me with the evidence. And remember, perjury is a felony. And I won't be hiring a member of the bar for nothing. There won't be any of this bar game, ex parte communications, trying to make some settlements and plea bargains and all that stuff behind the scenes. Not with me. I learned my lessons. So we will see how all that happens, right? We'll see how all this goes down. Yes, we will. Just a matter of time. TikTok. Oh, by the way, isn't Bill Gates going through military tribunals right now? Huh. At least that's what I'm hearing out there. Just saying. TikTok. Things are happening. Whether mainstream media puts it out there or not is irrelevant. Some of us actually know what the heck's going on behind the scenes. Some of us know what's going on down at Gitmo. Some of us know about the military tribunals. That's right. It ain't going to be much longer. Some of the big people have already been executed. Next. Remember, DOJ tried to stop executions. Why would the DOJ be trying to stop executions if the executions aren't happening? TikTok. All right, folks. Thank you all for being here on a holiday weekend. And again, even though you didn't know that I was even going to be here tonight, but thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out on a Friday night with me. And special thanks out there to the team, the other team, and the other team, and then the other team, everybody behind the scenes. Oh man, this is some good stuff. Like I said, things are picking up. We're we're all excited at the office. We're excited behind the scenes. We're excited for the school. Uh, man, God is such a good blessing, and these put these people in our lives, each other's lives, and again, everything happens in God's timing. So it's just amazing. God is amazing how He works, and everything happens for a reason in God's timing. So much love, everybody. Thank you all for being here, and we will see you Monday Night Law. Maybe it is a holiday. I don't know how many people are actually gonna be here, but I'll see how I feel Monday. If not, definitely see you on Wednesday for Patreon, and possibly back to Friday next week. But yeah, we got some stuff in the works. We're gonna tidy up Tuesday and get that paperwork filed. Oh, it's gonna be so good. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, Memorial Weekend, and no, pardon me, Labor Day weekend. And we will see you on well, we'll see you when we see you. All right. God bless and good night, everybody.